Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to show you how to convert your 6-volt antique tractor to 12 volt. But in order to do that, I need space and I need to get to some stuff like that saw in the corner. I'll probably have to use this one too. And a tractor takes up a lot of space in here, so I need to figure out where I'm going to go with this stuff. Typically, I take it outside, but looks like it's going to rain. It's been raining a lot. We're going to jump to time lapse real quick and see if I can get this stuff figured out, what I'm gonna do with it, and we'll get started. What we're doing today is we're taking a 6-volt generator off the tractor, and then we're going to look at a way to mount the alternator on. Oh, this lens is dirty. Hold on, let's see. All right, guys, we just got to get the How'd that get in here? Jokes aside, guys, this is my 1951 Farmall. Did I just say Farmall B? Someone can't read. This is my 1951 John Deere Model B. It's set up right now to run 6 volt, but the previous owner put 12 volts in it. All the lights are converted to 12 volt. Everything on this thing's converted to 12 volt except the generator. And if you know anything about running 12 volt with a 6 volt gen, is the battery dies a lot. So instead of trying to go and convert everything back to 6 volt, because honestly it's kind of expensive to do that, I'm just gonna put an alternator on. Super simple, hopefully. I suggest using the DriveWorks 7127 3AV. The reason is it's simple to wire it together. This thing has a built-in internal voltage regulator, which makes everything a lot easier. I'll show you. There's the same alternator sitting on my Farmall. They're super cheap. You can get them at an Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly's, whatever. And they just work. I think I spent maybe 35 bucks for mine. So as far as not breaking the bank, I think we're doing good. So what we have to do now is go ahead and pull my 6-volt system off, get my new one out of the box, and figure out a way we're going to mount it up here because I don't think it's going to fit directly. So let's get started. We have to scoot the alternator a little bit further forward to get it in line with the belt. And where I'm gonna have it placed is roughly down here. So I'm gonna have to make a new bracket to bolt to the frame to support the bottom of the alternator. And then we're gonna make an adjustment bracket that comes from here to this plate back here. Should be quick and easy, but we just gotta get started. Also, for the record, I know I was holding the alternator upside down. I'm going to make the mounting bracket for the alternator out of 1/4-inch plate. The plan is we're going to see if I can explain this. We're going to have a flat bar that mounts to the frame. They'll have 2 holes drilled in it, right here and here. And then we're going to make a little U setup that shoots up and up. That way this part of the alternator can go and rest in them. Drill a hole right through so it bolts up. I don't know if I did a good job explaining it. I'll just show you once we get done making it. Let's go. Slight change of plans before we jump into the time lapse. I found scrap metal laying around. Aha! I'm gonna make it all out of this stuff. This is a little bit thicker than it needs to be, but I think we'll get the job done just the same. Cool, less cutting. So now, let's get to fabricating. Fabrication is complete on my little alternator mounting bracket. Doesn't it look cute? Pretty simple. Just the alternator sits here. We have a 3/8 bolt going through. This will mount to the tractor. Drilled 2 new holes in the frame, so we don't have to put an extra wrench in there to try and get this off. We're gonna use stove bolts. The head fits right in the slot like that and doesn't allow it to turn. Makes for easy install. I've got the alternator mounted up here. It swings, so I have some form of adjustment. The next step we need to do is make my top bracket that'll have the slot in so I can adjust the belt tension. This one's gonna be a little bit more tricky to make because I don't really have a good way to slot something because the slot's arc tends to be bigger than what my rotary table can do. And I really don't want to set the rotary table up. So I'm probably going to grab some cardboard, make a template, and then just try and cut it all out by hand. All right, we got our parts out of the oven. Next, we just need to install them on the thing out there. But first, we need to clean up in here. He's just gonna stand there and hold this because I don't have anything for him to put it on. Parts cool down. Now all we need to do is install them. Put the alternator on, wire it up. Right now we're about to start wiring up the alternator, but first we're going to clock it because I don't want the wire sticking out right here. I'd prefer them sticking out somewhere back here.
See how much room is left in there with no wire? That's a 35 amp alternator, but it could be you could fill it with wire and have a 55 or an 80. Your diodes, 1, 2, 3 of them, things are. So I'll see where they have 2 holes in the old ones didn't even have holes in them. See how those have 2 holes in them? So you put them back in and I'll put a wire through the back, clip them and turn it where I want, put them on and tighten and pull the wire out, you're there.
So how are we gonna wire this thing up?
Carefully.
Very good.
So you got a ground here, your hot to the battery goes here, you have 2 wires coming off your voltage regulator, one goes to an idiot light, the other one goes to a hot to the battery so that it determines how much voltage the battery or how much voltage the battery needs, goes through there, and then comes back out your hot. So we will wire it so that it self-regulates once it starts.
So it's a couple days later. I forgot to record an outro on our last video, so I'm just going to kind of quickly go over what we did. The way this tractor's electrical system was set up, you originally did not need a key to start it. You could just hit the start button whenever you wanted and just crank the tractor up. I don't want anyone taking my tractor, so I wired it in to where you now need a key to start it. The way we did it was easy enough. I used the starter solenoid to break the connection in line, and then also added my alternator to where you would energize it when you hit over to the actual start button. Still using the original one. It's a pretty simple setup, but that's basically all we did. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how we did it, so none of you guys can take my tractor unless you just know, unless you just know how to do it. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like it, and I guarantee you do, because we're about to start playing with a 4-wheel drive chipper. But I'll catch you guys next time. Later.